Ever had that feeling you've just done something before, Yet this time it feels completely new, like you are starting from scratch. It's like driving, but suddenly forgetting where. I need to understand. What if every first time feels different? Even if you've already, have done this before. Let's talk about that mix of excitement, ambition, and a little bit of dread that hits you when you're stepping into unfamiliar or familiar territory, but it feels completely fresh. Today's topic, my first time. Again, I've been struggling to have this conversation with you people, so the best thing to do now is sit down, relax, enjoy, and play the intro. I just want us to get down and talk about it. Action. Well, I'm like vlogging. Oh, by the way, do you like the intro? I really put in some work into it. I hope you enjoy it. I put in some words. I notice you guys love interaction when it comes to So I'm going to open by telling you a very short story. I used to drive when I was young. You have watched Baby Driver? It's a really cool movie. Anyway, I used to drive ile kuiba. Take the car to the parking, put it back. Well, my family was fortunate enough, is still fortunate enough, to have a car. It was a Noah, a very classy white Noah. I even asked him, suggested to him sometime back, can we draw on it like Doodle? He was like, no, don't do that. And learning where the gas pedal is, brakes, and it was an automatic car. And once in a while, I used to take the car out. Dad, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I used to do that. I stopped. You didn't catch me. Bygones are bygones.
High five.
So I used to take it and we used to go watch the sunset with a girl. Where that girl right now, I don't know. She got into very mamboza chat sana, very interesting. She didn't like me though. Even if I took the car kumpeleka kuona sunset, akia nani wa mama. Anyway, well, wacha nichukue hiyo hell kama mwanaume, swallow the hell.
Like a man.
When I reached around 23, I still didn't have my driving license. My brother Brezhnev, you guys know him, had a driving license. If you want to go watch, maybe play football somewhere, he would take you. If you were supposed to go for a job interview, which we did with him actually, he went with him. He went with me. He dropped me and I went and did the interview. But then, everything changed when my young brother, Brandon, you guys know him, by the way, he started a new podcast thing, really amazing, kind of really good stuff. He talk about real life situations and you should go and check it out. Give him a like, tell him I sent you. So he decided he also wants to drive. He didn't like how things were going. He was turning 18 in a few months, like 3 months. I was reluctant. So he comes one day, tells my dad, Niaje, I want to drive. So I good. You're turning 18 soon. Go get your ID and then we go sort it out. The guy was really ambitious. In 2 months, he had his ID down. I was like, I don't think he's serious. And guess what? This boy comes home with a pamphlet of a driving school. I don't know if you know. I don't think, not sponsored, but I was like, Z, we're not doing this. So Dad, I have this amount of money. Would you mind topping me up kidogo? To find out, a friend of mine referred me to that driving place I was going. I was given a discount, like a huge discount. So I was very excited. I was like, I ended up paying that's the first thing I paid for myself. And that's when I started driving. I was doing it before, but the fact that I started driving it, I met something called the clutch. This is called a clutch. A clutch is to regulate engaging and disengaging of gears. Lower gears have more power, higher gears are more faster, but less power. And at the time, at that school, my teacher did not call it a clutch. He called it a crash. Crash. It's fine. It's fine. I ended up learning that it's no longer called a clutch. I'll be calling it a crash. The struggle with it, shifting gears was a problem for me. So every time I hold the leg down there, I've shifted already. He told me, crash. Crash. It wasn't funny at the time, but now it's very crash. My mom laughs every time I tell her. So, irrelevant. I was reminded only men drive manual.
Real man.
And the gears and sweat and oil.
He a man today.
Can you imagine only 2 people pass the exams? Me and some Form 4 guy. Oh no, the group I went with rather. My another friend of mine he passed. It was a really funny place. Everyone just had a heavy accent. Anyway, the beginner's mindset. As you grow, life throws you familiar things that you know, but they come with a twist. Getting it fast, like driving down a road that you thought you knew, only to find out things change. There's a plant here, there's a dog there, there's a family here, there's all the streets that you grew up in. My friend normally reminds me and says this every time. Every time you start something new, you're opening up yourself to growth. If it doesn't feel a bit scary, maybe it's just not the right challenge. Pushes me every time. If I'm about to start something new and it doesn't feel scary, then that's not a challenge. That's not challenge enough for me. It means I'm still comfortable. The thoughts of it actually pushes you to be something bigger. Frustrations and self-doubt. The voices in your head that tells you can't make it. Throw yourself over a roof. No, don't do that. You have to get that checked if you hear voices like that. I have this thing called dyslexia.
Try blaming this on dyslexia.
Yeah, dyslexia is a very interesting state to be in. It's not a condition like herpes, no, or like kujikuna. As a result, the things that come with it as a side effect, there are positives and there are negatives. One of the negatives that comes from it is being overwhelmed. When reading down words, I get really overwhelmed. Like scripts, I really struggle to do scripts. Even if you've noticed, this video has a bit of some scripting. I take time. I take double the time you take to read the comments. Like, it's something I've grown with, but every time I face it, I have to adapt, have to know how to get this. It makes me feel like, am I really disadvantaged? Why can't I figure this out? I have friends who have ADHD. ADHD is a very serious stuff. It can be stressful, makes you hyper-focus. Sit down and do something for 2 days on end without eating or showering. Then you can even forget your own password. You're so stressful. Like, your phone password is what I'm trying, or pattern. That can be frustrating and tiring. But then I'm reminded of a saying that says, the road to success the road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. William Rogers says this. The temptation to give up is so high. It is valid to feel overwhelmed. It is valid to feel like you want to give up, but that's not what we're going to do. Trusting the process and embracing growth. When you know you are ambitious and excited to do some stuff and you're ready to take new challenges, I want you to remind yourself that growth often feels uncomfortable. Trees, they have to break barks, and it's never that exciting. Same to butterflies coming out of their stalk is never easy. Going to class 1, zamani ile ya kushika masikio hivi, you had to be very tall. You had to have a tall hand. It wasn't easy. Your hand had to grow. There's a time which I was learning editing and animation. It's still a struggle, but new stuff coming soon, by the way. Tell me if you like them. The only thing I know how to do is fail faster, so I send it to you. If you don't like it, we'll stick to what works, right? Your journey may feel like a deja vu, and that's fine. It just means that you are advancing, you're growing, you're making progress. If you're doing your thing, cutting wood, taking a picture, recording somebody walk across, if it feels like you've done this before, it means that you're progressing. And I'm proud of you for doing that. So keep going. Don't give up. I'd like to close by reminding you guys that first times can feel daunting. The cloud above you of giving up and not wanting to go on is real. But the fact that it's there should push you beyond your boundaries. You motivating yourself to push yourself out of the boundary. Being part of your own story, being a writer and a character in your story is a beautiful, beautiful conundrum. You get to decide how the story goes. You are the author. It might be like one-liners or motivational statements, but no. I just feel like it's very necessary for me to say this. And I'm grateful for the people who stay patient, who stay consistent. And I see you, Mary. Good job. Keep going. I see you. And I like the vibe you're giving me. Keep going. Very soon we'll get to what's it called down in the description. There's a buy me a coffee thing, meaning for special in people watu wa ndani modo wa nyumba. I am praying for your success maybe so that I'm able to come up with new arts that people can enjoy, and even more people who the silent viewers. I just that I don't see your comments. Max, I know you're there, just mostly trying to survive and fighting for your life. But I'm grateful for the community I have and the friends that I have. At the end of the day, I am grateful for the love and the consistency. I'd like to ask you a question. What's something you've done 100 times, 1,000 times, a gabillion times, but each time you do it, it feels brand new? Tell me down in the comment section. I'd like to hear your story, and I might be reacting to them over the Instagram account, the Kwame thing. Make sure to follow it, like it, and tell me what you think of the art I'm doing there. Stay safe. Don't do drugs. And somebody told me I'm handsome. That thing boosted my self-esteem. I'm just so excited. I'm now walking down the road and I'm going with like strides. Doing this with confidence. Again, see you soon. Safe, don't do drugs, and always remember, you're a prince and a princess. Why? You'll figure it out very soon. It's good to be back. First time experiences. And this is the hook. Remember how reading out loud is just a problem. Oh yeah, let's try this again. Let's go.